Hey guys, welcome to another episode. In this one, we're going to go through everything in the Hustle and Flow drop, all the new mints that we got, the new retirees that were announced again today, the second time in 3 days, and we all managed to crash the site again. Let's get into it. So someone in the comments asked me, what's the deal with this Utah Jazz box? And the truth is, it's got all kinds of logos. And the story is, I drew this as a kid, and inside are all like loose cards that I've been collecting when I was a kid in the 90s. So you've got like lots of 90s cards. Michael Jordan playing golf, but it's a basketball card. Go figure. Some OGs remember this guy, Larry Johnson, geez, even Robert Parrish. I got heaps in here. I just never bothered to sell them because everyone was collecting cards in the 90s. And yeah, that's the story behind this box with all the logos. So because it's basketball, I just kept it in the background for a laugh. So it's not like I'm supporting the Utah Jazz other than Joe Ingles or anything. But yeah, I just at one point drew all the logos because I can draw. And yeah, I can copy anything. When it comes to drawing, not like live drawing, but like logos and cartoons and things, I can copy anything. So that's what this is all about. So sorry if I triggered you with all the logos in the background, but that's the story behind that. Anyway, we got lots to talk about today because it all went down, including the Top Shot site. But just quickly, at the time of filming, it's the 4th of May here in Australia, which means it's going to be the 4th of May where you're watching, either by the time you're watching it or now, which means the Showcase Challenge is finishing. If you need a like to get to your 20 likes, drop it in the comments below. I'll give it a like. Maybe some of the other guys will as well. I hope you do. But I just wanted to quickly touch on that because that's finishing up. We obviously had our Hustle and Flow drop today, and then we had the Giannis Challenge drop as well. So the Holo Icon Challenge finished for Giannis, and it got replaced by another Hustle and Flow Challenge, which is also Giannis. The moment itself, I'm not that hyped on. I've got 3 moments. It's been hugely frustrating getting moments today with the cooldowns, the fake cooldowns, and whatever else. But this is Giannis's moment. It's a double block. Bam. It's kind of like Rudy Gobert's double block moment as well in this challenge, and he's over here. So we're going to go through the challenge as well and all the other challenges and measure their viability as we know so far. Just quickly on the drop, there are also lots of 12,000 LEs in the drop today, which were a pleasant surprise. I didn't quite realize them at the time of publishing. There was Kyle Kuzma, one Castano Anderson, Bazemore, Jordan Poole. So they're just the ones that I actually like. There's Kuzma. That was a pretty good moment. Toscano Anderson. I remember watching this game because I've watched a lot of Warriors games, dunking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think, yeah, Jordan Poole as well. I believe I was watching this game as well against the Grizzlies because I like watching Steph Curry a lot. So I've actually been enjoying these guys, Poole and Toscano Anderson. And so, yeah, there was a lot of 12,000 LE moments in this drop. So worth going back, looking at the spreadsheet and checking out some of these 12,000 LE moments, especially if they come under the team that you like, because there was quite a few good ones. Challenges at the moment, MGLE is still going. Interestingly, this has been going down practically since the challenge had started, and it's at its lowest point ever at $2,265. Only 110 people have completed it, so clearly people aren't quite amped about metallic gold as the other challenges like Cool Cats, and I reckon also this Hustle and Flow one. Speaking of Cool Cats, it also reached an all-time low. It went as low as $117 collectively to complete, and I have actually completed this one, and I did it for less than $131, but a lot of that was due to the timing. I got a few moments while they're on the rise the day the challenge was announced, and that's what I tried to do today as well with the Hustle and Flow challenge. Now, let's have a look at some of the moments as they dropped. You know I talk about it all the time, but this is what happened when they dropped. Someone started it off at $37. This is Alex Caruso's Hustle and Flow. He went all the way down to $14, and he's corrected at around $30. Marcus Smart was another one I was eyeballing. He started out at $38 odd, all the way down to the $15 wall, And he's leveled out also at about $30. I think he's hovering a little bit above that right now, 32, 35, something like that. And just for argument's sake, Chris Chiozza, I'm not sure how much he actually plays for the Nets. I probably should look it up. But he hit a $10 wall after starting at $35, and he's leveled out also at $30. So there's a bit of consistency there in terms of how that challenge is looking. So the Hustle and Flow challenge altogether right now, so Rudy Gobert is the most expensive at $34, and Chiozza is the cheapest at $23. The rest of the moments, Alex Caruso, Sexton, Bazemore, Smart, Hampton, and Bay, they are all in between those two, totaling at $227 right now to complete. Early doors, but that's not the worst challenge. When you compare that to MGLE and what Cool Cats used to be, and the fact that you got to collect 8 moments instead of 5 for the other Cool Cats challenge, I mean, $30 a moment is not bad. I still remember the Conley challenge, and those moments were commons, and they were $70 a moment, $60-$70 a moment when the challenge was announced. Now, there was less circulation back then, so they were acting more like LEs rather than commons. But, I mean, it's not bad. I think this challenge is going to suit a lot of people. Is Giannis double block going to be worth it? Well, he's not going to be MVP this season. I mean, but that's fine. It's still Giannis. So let's have a look at our top 10 liquid players. For this, I like to use flowmarketcap.com/players. Number 1 is obviously LeBron. Forget about it. But number 4 is Giannis. He is... he has the 4th most highest market cap on NBA Top Shot. That means he's one of my liquid players. My favorite is just below him, Steph Curry. Just my favorite player. That's all it is. Nothing financial advicey. Again, just he's my favorite player. But Giannis is number 4. So he is a very good liquid player. We recently had Jokic, who was a Cool Cats challenge. He's number 9. And I think Westbrook was on this list as well somewhere. He's number 28. Okay, but his moment still had some value, which made the challenge relatively worthwhile if you timed it right as well. So I don't think this is the worst challenge in the world. Currently, I have 3 out of the 8 moments needed to complete it because at the moment you can't do it fast enough. I am running out of Dapper because I bought Series 1 Patty Mills, and I bought some other things which I'll get into also in a little bit. Also, during filming, Moment Ranks tweeted their projections for the Cool Cat 6 Zach LaVine challenge. They're projecting 9,000 completions. Currently, it's sitting at 7,335, so maybe that's a little bit inflated. But they were spot on about Fred VanVleet and about $120, which is about where I had him as well. Now, currently, Fred is sitting at $94. He's been going down ever since his moment basically came out. I was very lucky selling him for $180. Very lucky. I know that for a fact, and not everyone got out that way. Now, if you've spent $90 for Zach LaVine, and I know some of you have, and some of you have spent more, you may only be getting 65 back according to this projection. And I'm struggling to find a disagreement with them because Fred VanVleet was minted 6,500 times. Zach is already going to be more than that. So you would think over time, Zach is going to depreciate around about to this $65, $70 mark, even with a Cool Cats Master Challenge boost, hopefully soon with news to come. And that's meant to be wrapping up this month. Now, the other option is, for $153, you can get all your moments back before the challenge finishes. Now, there's 2 days left. You've got time to decide. But now, right now, me and some of you have a choice between flipping all of your required moments for $153 or waiting it out, entering the serial number lottery, and getting Zach LaVine. Now, I'm seriously considering dropping Zach and going for Giannis, for the liquid player reason that we went through earlier, but also he's going to be less mints, so I got a higher chance of the lottery. And also, I need the Dapper because I've spent a lot. I'm 1.5 ways into 2 challenges right now, and I can't sustain them both as it is. I can leave Zach and I can take a loss and I can go after Giannis, but that doesn't mean I should. And I'm not really amped on Zach LaVine. Anyway, I entered the challenge because I could do it for really, really cheap, and I had a head start. So, make a decision that is good for you. Do these numbers. Weigh up what you can get right now for your moments versus holding out for Zach LaVine. And if you are really amped on this moment, you could potentially, by this projection, buy 2 Zach LaVines in the marketplace for the price of your moments that's required to complete the challenge that way. Now, if you're doing the challenge again because you think it's going to be a requirement, don't. It's the wrong reason. I don't think it's going to be a requirement, or at least a sole requirement. It might be one of you need to have 15 moments, or you've completed a challenge, or you have a couple of rares, but it won't be the sole reason you will be eligible for a pack drop. So don't do it for that reason. If you are a Chicago Bulls fan and you like Zach LaVine, maybe just buy him in the marketplace. Financially, that's probably the way to go. If you want a chance at a low serial number, stick with the challenge. That's okay too. I'm seriously considering dropping all these moments and going for Giannis and judging that challenge as it ages a little bit down the week. So, they're my thoughts anyway on Zach LaVine versus Giannis. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, because I'd be really curious. What also has happened is we had a bunch of moments get turned from CCs to LEs, and we've had a bunch of new mints. Let me explain. So on the 2nd of May, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Jamal Murray, and RJ Barrett became their 35k CCs became LEs, and their new moments were in this drop today. So if we look at them right now, this is James Harden's old moment. This is his new moment. They still look like they... See how that says 35k LE, and then this other one says 35k plus CC. So this is its replacement. So don't get the two mixed up. RJ Barrett the same. He's got his old one at LE now, which I picked up the other day. A nice serial number for $9, and it's still $9 lowest ask, so that's pretty good. And his new one... Oh, his new one's right here at $7. So it's brand new. So as more circulation comes out of this one, I expect it to go down. And James Harden, the new one being for $10, I can't see it being $10 forever. If I'm going to give financial advice, it's going to be look at your top 10 liquid players, and James Harden's number 8, and right now you can get him for $10. That's pretty good. And if they go deep in the playoffs, which is pretty expected, I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to pick up one of these, but right now I can't do it all because I'm tossing up whether to do the Giannis challenge. I've still got the Cool Cats challenge on the go with Zach LaVine, so I need that to finish so I can liquidate some of that stuff, and then perhaps I can go after some of these moments that are now LEs or newly CCs been replaced. The other thing that also happened was today, on the 2nd of May, those got announced. On the 4th of May, we got even bigger news where the current 35cc players will be minted and added to the S2 base set. Their current circulation will not increase, and the player moments include today Doncic, Plumlee, Curry, LeBron James, Bam Adebayo, Brandon Ingram, Michael Carter-Williams, Harrison Barnes, Siakam, and Beal. I mean, all right, so if it wasn't bad... As if it wasn't news enough that we got the other ones the other day, now the LeBron assist is an LE, and it got a bit of a bump today. See here, it got announced to be an LE. It went from around $70, and now it's hovering and pushing towards $90. The same thing kind of happened to Luka. He was hovering at around a $20 wall, and now he's pushed back up to around the $30 wall in between marketplace dropouts and things like that. So they did get a bit of a bump from this LE news, and in future pack drops, which will be very, very soon, the last office hours said that we're going to get more, probably, pre-registered drops because it works so well. So maybe even later this week we'll get that, because we've already just had Hustle and Flow. So we could be getting these new moments as soon as this week. So if you're amped on any of these players, your James, your Lukas, your Steph Currys, those three especially, I'll be very much looking out for those new moments and see what they look like. Especially LeBron, the assist. I mean, it's not his best moment on Top Shot, let's be honest. It's just selling at $90 because it's LeBron. No other reason. It's just a huge outlet pass, and, you know, he does it every other game. So whoop-de-doo. His new moment, goodness knows what that might look like. It could be a... Could be another dunk. Who knows? He's going to have a lot of moments in Top Shot now. But either way, it's LeBron, and you want to pull that from your pack. Period. So keep an eye out for that. It has been hugely frustrating buying things on Top Shot today. We had the maintenance timeout, and I've had all sorts of fake cooldowns, and it has been hugely frustrating. But just remember, this is the price of beta. This is the price of being an early adopter. Make sure you have some dapper for the playoffs, which is the 22nd of May. It's coming thick and fast. It's only 2 or 3 weeks away. So make sure you stay flexible, regardless of whether you do the challenges or not. Should you do the Giannis challenge? It's entirely up to you. It's a bit early to jump all in right now. Even though I've half jumped in with 3 out of 8 moments, I may flip all of them, depending on how I feel about my situation, depending on a few things. So I'm going to keep updating you on that. It's very hard to judge today because of the 60 and 30-minute cooldowns, which makes it almost impossible to get a good reading on it and mint counts of how many Giannis's they're going to be. But it's slightly too early. I think we're going to need 1 or 2 days before we can fully analyze the Giannis challenge to decipher whether or not it's worth it for you. But there are a lot worse things you can do. If you compare it to MGLE, one would think it's going to have a better return than that, and one would think it's also going to have a less mint count than Zach Lavinne, which gives you a better chance in the serial number lottery. So there's lots of good things that I think might be worth it, but I do have some questions as well, and I'm going to come back to them in future videos. So, all right. So I sold all my Zach Lavinne moments, cashed them all in, and now I'm chasing the Giannis moments. Will I go all in? I haven't got them all yet, but I am scouting them for deals, and if I get them all at a good price that I'm happy with, I'm all in on Giannis, and I'm all out on Cool Cats. Sorry, Zach Lavinne, but this was a financial decision for me. Hope you can make a financial decision for you as well, and back to the rest of the video. If you got any value out of this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing, because I spend a lot of time and effort on them. And the wife questions me why. And consider subscribing, and that would mean the world to me. I will see you in the next episode. Appreciate you. See ya.